अरिहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर जोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहत है हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है।
जय जिनेन्द्र जी।
जय जिनेन्द्र। So we were on to page number 4, Samaisar summary, and we had covered up to 25 verses. Although it's a summary, so verse numbers are not mentioned, but we have covered up to 25. So we'll be starting from the 26th. Okay, so I think you have the scriptures with you, right? Okay, so we'll read from here. On the above statement, I am reading. The ignorant might doubt that if this is the case, then the praises of the Tirthankars and Acharyas would all become false. So what was the case? That if you praise the body, you praise the Lord. That was the case. Okay. So on the above statement, means before one paragraph before, while explaining to the ignorant one, the Acharya says that if the soul substance, Jeev Dravya, with consciousness become a material substance, Pudgal, or if material substance attain consciousness only, then the material substance can be called as one's own, right? But it does not happen so. Soul remains soul and material remains material. They are two different distinct substances. Okay. Therefore, abandon imagining the self with external substance. There is no connection. It's just a coincidence that we are all we are associated with our body, but the body does not belong to the soul. They are two different substances having different characteristics. And what is the relation between the two? Absolute non-existence, atyant abhav. Okay, so on the above statement, the ignorant might doubt, okay, he might doubt that if this is the case, then the praise of the Tirthankars and Acharya would all become false. If these are not false, then the soul itself must be the body. That is what we believe. Because when we praise the Tirthankars and Acharya, what do we praise? We praise their body, right? In our temple also, when we keep the idol of Tirthankar, it is again a body, because soul cannot be seen by eyes, right? We can see only the body. So he says that the praises of the Acharyas and Tirthankars would all become false, because we are praising the body. निरखो अंग अंग के जिनवर के, है ना, सौम्य मुद्रा, नासाग्र दृष्टि, all these are praises of the parts of the body and not of the Tirthankar soul. So then these all will become false. If these are not false, then the soul itself must be the body. That is the ignorant person's logic. Okay, this is what we believe. Now Acharya clarifies. The Acharya resolves the aforementioned doubt through the differentiation of viewpoints, not perspectives, but viewpoints, Nai Vibhag. Okay, differentiation of viewpoints. That when we say that the body is the Tirthankar, then it is a conventional statement. Okay, and when we say that the soul is the Tirthankar, it's a real statement. So there is no problem at all. Okay, you just use the viewpoints. Okay, so from the conventional point of view, body and soul are one. Any problem? We have studied four conventional viewpoint. Number one, my my home, my car, my family, my children. Number one. Number two, my body, my karma. Right. Number three, my 100% alien disposition, toxic emotions. Okay. And then other part was partial pure modification. Okay, that is number 3. Then the number 4, 100% pure modification, and the distinctions of attributes, gun bhed. All these are conventional viewpoint, because when you divide an indivisible thing, it becomes a conventional point, right? So all these are conventional statement. From the real point of view, soul and body are two different entities. Okay. The Acharya resolves the aforementioned doubt through the differentiation of viewpoint by saying that only from the conventional viewpoint the soul and the body are considered one. Only from the conventional viewpoint. Okay? Not from the real viewpoint. Nischay nahi se nahi. Therefore, to praise the body made of matter and to consider it the praise of the Jin Deva is a statement from conventional viewpoint and not real viewpoint. In reality, the qualities of the body are not those of an omniscient, Sarvagna, and thus praising the body does not mean praising the omniscient. Instead, only the praise of the omniscient's inherent qualities of his own substance constitute his real praise. Okay. So, praising the body does not constitute praising the soul. Okay. But from the conventional point of view, we say like that. Okay. Then the next paragraph. This is a very important paragraph, because in this paragraph, verse number 31, 32, and 33. These three are covered, and it's an exhibition of highest level of, we can say, discriminative knowledge. भेद विज्ञान की पराकाष्ठा है. Such a good भेद विज्ञान in these three verses. Okay. Those beings who are after making the above resolution conquers the senses. What do you mean by conquering the senses? Any idea?
So the five senses, when we win over them, when
Yes.
we win, like
Yeah.
and we give away, like, what do you say that?
We renounce those things, right?
Yeah, like the Jindevs have conquered all the five senses.
Right.
और उनके कर्म कट जाते हैं.
So conquering the sense means to identify our soul from the different from the senses. That is called the conquering the senses. Conquering the senses means that these senses are not me. I am different from senses. Jitendriya jin, right? So indriyo ko jeetna means like the uh, the common thinking is that we get happiness from good music, we get happiness from good food, right? We get happiness from seeing good sceneries, all like that. But actually, the happiness is coming from the soul. It is originating from the soul and not from the senses. If you understand in this way, then you can win over the senses. Then the object of senses does not attract you, because you know that there is no happiness. And when you understand this, that is the time you are conquering the senses. Okay. So conquering the senses means knowing the soul different from senses and experiencing it. Unless and until you experience the senses, until and unless you experience the soul, you have not won over the senses. Okay. So this is what it means. Conquers the senses and delusion, moh. Okay. So they have conquered the senses, इंद्रियों को भी जीता और मोह को भी जीता. इंद्रियों को जीता तो जितेंद्रिय, और मोह को जीता तो jit moh. Okay. So these two terminologies are used here. Conquers the senses and delusion and recognizes the soul. as distinct from other substances. आत्मा को द्रव्यों से, दूसरे द्रव्यों से जुदा जाना. And knowledge embodied, ज्ञानमयी आत्मा. How is the soul? Soul is knowledge embodied, ज्ञानमयी. It is full of gyan, gyan, gyan. Every moment the gyan is originating from the soul. Okay? Every moment you are knowing something. Even you are sleeping, your knowingness doesn't stop. You know something every moment. You know something every moment, right? That's why how you know that I saw this in my dream. So and while you are dreaming, you are sleeping. So your soul is working there at that point of time. The knowledge is coming out every moment, 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week, all the time. Never for a moment the knowledge stops. If it stops for a moment, then what will happen? The soul will become matter. Just because of consciousness, soul is alive, right? And it always remains alive. Even when we leave this body, the soul is full of knowledge only at that point of time. Knowledge, it does not leave the knowledge. Only the body is a matter substance, so it will stay here. Soul will migrate to another state of existence, simply like that. So soul is knowledge embodied, are called conqueror of senses Jitendriya and conqueror of delusion Jit Mohi. Okay. So there are three things: Jitendriya, Jitmo, and Shinmo. Shinmo means complete destruction. Okay. When this same ascetic, now they are talking about the ascetic, okay, because they know that it's not possible for a householder to win over senses. Okay. A householder at the stage of fourth stage and fifth stages still indulges in sensual pleasures. It cannot renounce because that much self-absorption is not there at that stage. When you become a monk, self-absorption is more. So at that point of time, you can renounce sensual pleasures, you can renounce all the sins. The monks have renounced all the sins. But householder at the fourth stage and fifth stage can have partial renunciation, not complete renunciation. Okay, that is not in his hand, right? When this same ascetic who has conquered delusion destroys even the silent existence of delusion. Now, I don't feel justice what is written about silent, because in Hindi also I checked, silent word is not there. So I feel it should be slightest existence. Maybe slightest. Destroys even the slightest existence of delusion. That means delusion has been completely wiped out. Okay, understood? So earlier he had conquered the delusion, but still delusion was there, right? But now he has conquered the delusion in such a way that not a slightest existence of delusion is there. Okay, he is then called one who has destroyed delusion. Shinmo. Okay. Earlier it was Jitmo, now it is Shinmo. Earlier he has won over the delusion. So when can you win over the delusion? On which stage? Subhaji? Mute. You are on mute.
9th stage.
No.
No. 12th stage. No.
Just winning over the delusion, not completely destroying. Completely destroying, if you say, then you are right that at the 12th stage, there is no more. Okay. But
Shin was his 9th stage. No,
I am telling about Jitmo. When you won over the Jitmo, when you won over the delusion, which stage?
Sixth stage, when I become Muni.
No, Rajeshri ji. Unmute. You are on mute now. Which stage? Who else is there? Nowadays, nobody attends class.
Pramad.
Sir, 7th stage, sir.
No, 4th stage.
The fourth we are yet in.
Right.
But you have conquered the delusion.
Okay.
Okay. Just because delusion has gone, along with delusion, the first quadruplet of passion has also gone. Right. So at 4th, you have won over the, but still the charitra moh is there. Darshan moh gaya, to samyak darshan huwa, right? Right belief had manifested at the fourth stage, so you have won over the delusion. But the charitra moh, okay, it is still remaining. It will go at the 12th stage. So completely wiping out of delusion at 12th stage, but winning over at 4th stage. Okay. So 4th stage is winning over, that is jitmo. Okay. Now here it says that when it conquers the delusion completely wiped out, then it is called shinmo. Shinmo means destroying the delusion completely. Okay. So now 34. Just as a person in the world, after recognizing an external substance as external, so it was an external substance and you recognized it as external, okay, leaves it. Similarly, the enlightened person, after recognizing all external substances and external attributes as external, abandon them. Okay. So the word attributes would be disposition. Okay. All external substance and external disposition, parbhavo, okay, as external. So pardravya and parbhav, okay. So external substance is always a non-self substance and external disposition are also non-self. So they are termed as external. So when something is external, you abandon them. Okay. Here the example was given of a dhobi. What you call dhobi? Dry cleaners. Okay. Dry cleaners. So a person had given for dry cleaning his blanket. Okay. And by mistake, he brought another blanket. Okay. The dry cleaner gave him another blanket, somebody else's blanket, and he was sleeping very quietly, and suddenly the owner of the blanket came to the dry cleaner, and dry cleaner gave him his blanket. He said, "This is not mine." So then he said, "Oh, I must have mistaken, that fellow has taken." So they both went to his place, and he was sleeping, and uh, he woke them up that this is my blanket, you give it to me. So he was in deep sleep. So when he waked up, because of these people, then he first saw that the blanket belongs to me or not. Then he saw that, oh, this is not mine, this is a different brand, mine was a different brand. So the moment he realized that this is not mine, the renunciation happened. The ownership has gone. Now he knows that this is not mine, although he has not given him right now, because he has already used it. So again it has to be dry cleaned, and then that fellow will receive, right? But in his belief, he knows that this does not belong to me. That means in the knowledge itself, he had known that blanket as his own, and now in the knowledge itself, he knows that this is not mine. So Gyan hi pratyakyan hai. Knowledge is renunciation. That is what 34 is. Now we will see. Just as a person in the world, after recognizing an external substance, that is blanket, as external, leaves it. Similarly, the enlightened person, after recognizing all external substances and external disposition as external, abandons them. To know an external substance as external and then not to accept it is renunciation. Not to accept it is renunciation. Tyag. For this reason, the enlightened person, after knowing all external disposition, except one's own as external, does not accept them. Does not accept them means does not believe that it is mine, right? It knows that external is external. I am just knowing it, but that does not belong to me. Thus, it is clear that knowledge itself is renunciation. Okay? Is restraint. It's not the word restraint here. You can do the correction. It is repudiation. R-E-P-U D-I-A-T-I-O-N. Thus, it is clear that knowledge itself is renunciation, okay, is repudiation. Then 36, 37. One who knows that obsession, not obsession, delusion. Hindi, the word is moh. So, moh is delusion, okay. You can change that word as delusion. One who knows that delusion and substances like dharma, etc., mean nothing to me, and that I am only a possessor of active consciousness. Active consciousness means upyog. Every moment to know, knowing, happy is happening, no? That is called active consciousness. Active consciousness means two qualities are included in. One is perception, one is knowledge. Okay. So knowledge follows perception. First happens general impression, that is called perception. And then when you are able to make it out what it is different from this, then it is called knowledge. Okay. So the one who knows that delusion and the substances like dharma, etc. So dharma, etc. means the six substances: medium of motion, medium of rest, space, time, non-soul, everything. Okay. And substance like dharma, etc. mean nothing to me. Nothing to me means those does not belong to me. And that I am only a possessor of active consciousness. The knowability, okay, the knowing is said to have detachment from obsession and detachment from substances like dharma. Okay. So obsession means craze, but this is not obsession, this is called delusion. Okay. So is said to have detachment from delusion and detachment from substances like like dharma. Okay. So this is again a practice of discriminative knowledge. When you discriminate between two things, okay, it's called discriminative knowledge. Okay. One party is soul and other party is other than soul, non-self. Okay. So in Sem7 everywhere acharyas have tried to uh, show you the signs of discrimination. Everywhere you have to discriminate between the two, out of which one part belongs to you, you are the one part, and the other part is different from you. Okay. So in this way, when you practice discriminative knowledge, you are able to realize yourself, and your internal purity keeps on increasing. More the frequency of discriminative knowledge, more the purity. Okay. The purity keeps on increasing, the impurity keeps on decreasing. And a time comes when complete purity has been manifested and complete impurity has been wiped out. That is called liberation. Okay. Now the next one. The enlightened one knows that in real terms, even an atom of external substance. Atom is the smallest particle of matter. Okay. So even an atom of external substance does not belong to me. I am pure, filled with perception, knowledge, not belief. Here it is perception. Gyan darshan mai. So darshan here means perception. I am pure, filled with perception, knowledge, and an eternal formless entity, sada arupi. So in Hindi it is like that. मैं एक शुद्ध सदा अरूपी ज्ञान दर्शन मय करे कई अन्य ते कुछ अन्य भी मेरा नहीं एक परमाणु मात्र नहीं अरे एक परमाणु मात्र भी मेरा नहीं है. The enlightened soul knows that in this universe I am the soul and everything is non-soul to me. Not even a single atom belongs to me. Right? So this is again a practice of discriminative knowledge. Okay. So this is very famous verse. Verse number 38. Okay. In this way, in these 38 verses, the Acharya has explained the nature of a pure soul through the pure viewpoint. He has also highlighted the beliefs held by the ignorant and the reasons behind such beliefs within this section. Now the next chapter is coming up. Section on soul and non-soul. Jeev, ajeev, adhikar. Okay. So here, jeev and ajeev. So the whole summaries are the 7 fundamentals have been explained. Okay. So this is the first 2, jeev and ajeev. Jeev tattva, ajeev tattva. Then we will have influx, bondage, merits, demerits, stoppage, dissociation, and liberation. Okay, the whole samesar is dedicated to 7 fundamentals plus merit and demerit. So it is 9 substances. Okay, 9 padarth. So padarth has been here used as elements only. It's elements only. Okay, 9 elements. Okay. In this section, exposition of the pure nature of the soul, which is different from external substance. Again, Ved Vigyan. Pure soul is what? Different from external substance is done. In addition, all the substances that are associated with the soul but are not part of its pure nature are described as non-soul, ajeev. So what is not soul is all non-soul category. So what will come under non-soul? Our body will come under non-soul. Then our associations will come under non-soul. And all other living beings for me are non-soul. For them they are soul. For us, for me, it is non-soul. Okay. So apart from soul, everything falls into the non-soul category. Therefore, ajeev substances are indeed non-soul, and at the same time, the altered inclination occurring due to alien belonging, aupadik bhav. Okay, aupadik bhav, this is not the right meaning, but a very famous dictionary by Kirit Gosalia mentions aupadik bhav as such. So we accept it. Okay. At the same time, the altered inclination occurring due to alien belonging is also non-soul. Okay. So aupadik bhav is nothing but when there is a rise of karma, okay, there is a corresponding disposition happening in the modification of the soul. That is called औपाधिक भाव. कर्म की उपाधि से होने वाले भाव वो क्या कहते हैं? औपाधिक भाव. And that औपाधिक भाव, the English meaning is written like this: altered inclinations occurring due to alien belonging. Alien belonging means pardravya. Okay, pardravya के निमित्त से होने वाले जीव के भाव.
Sir, can you repeat it?
Altered inclinations.
Not that one, sir. When the rise of karma.
When there is a rise of karma, correspondingly, there is a disposition originating in the modification of the soul. That is called औपाधिक भाव. कर्म के उदय से होने वाले जीव के परिणाम, जीव के भाव को औपाधिक भाव कहते हैं. So it is not the inherent nature. Okay. How the औपाधिक भाव has taken rise? Because it is not come from the nature. It is not our inherent nature. But just there is a rise of the karma. So correspondingly, there is a rise of disposition in the modification of the soul. However, those who do not know the true nature of the soul believe the altered inclinations occurring due to alien belonging as the soul itself. Okay. So you are having
altered inclination means?
Altered inclinations means when there is a rise of karma, there is a disposition of attachments, aversions, delusion originating in the modification of the soul.
Yeah.
Those dispositions are called altered inclinations.
Okay.
Okay. I did check the dictionary of Kirit by Gosalia, USA. It's mentioning the same word, so they have used it. But in simple terms, you can write कि soul's disposition in the modification due to instrumental cause of karma. Okay, due to instrumental cause of karma is called altered inclinations. Thus, the Acharya which describing the belief of the altered inclinations occurring due to alien belonging of the ignorant one as the soul proves that their belief is contradictory, wrong belief, because those does not belong to us. Those have come because of the rise of karma, right? So they are included in the matter substance, and soul is different from that. This is the discriminative knowledge that we have to practice. But the ignorant one, what he believes? He believes that that particular disposition is mine. I am that disposition. I am the doer of that disposition. Okay. This is the ignorant one believing. But the knowledgeable one or enlightened one, they know the method of how to practice discriminative knowledge, and they practice discriminative knowledge and doesn't believe that this disposition is mine. Just is it's reflecting in my knowledge screen. That is the relation, nothing else. Anger, pride, deceit, all kinds of passions are reflecting in my knowledge screen, but they does not belong to me. The enlightened one knows like this. Okay. And ignorant one believes that I am that. I am anger, I am pride, I am this, I am that. Right? So this is the difference between an ignorant one and an enlightened one. Enlightened one know how to practice discriminative knowledge. Ignorant one doesn't know. Right? So his belief is also wrong. Proves that their belief is contradictory. Contradictory means false. Since eternity, Jeev and Ajeev have been occupying the same space point. Okay. And since the same time, various distortions in the nature of the soul have arisen due to the association with Ajeev. So whenever there is an alien disposition manifesting in the modification, it will always be due to the association with Ajeev, with karma, with any external substance. Okay, then only it will rise. It doesn't rise by taking shelter of the soul. Okay, so all these toxic emotions, they only arise when you look at external substance. Okay, when you uh, look because of the karmas, second, and third is because of the uh, external inclinations. Okay, so that's why it is called altered inclination. Okay. Since eternity, Jeev and Ajeev have been occupying the same space points. Same space points are there, but they have not become one. Jeev is Jeev and Ajeev is Ajeev. And since the same time, various distortions in the nature of the soul have arisen due to the association with Ajeev. From the viewpoint of ultimate reality, Paramarth Drashti, it is apparent that the soul does not forsake its inherent attributes such as consciousness, and matter does not abandon its quality like form possessing nature and inerness. Okay, so what it says, from the viewpoint of ultimate reality, okay, that means real point of view, it is apparent that the soul does not forsake its inherent attributes. Okay, not a single attribute of the soul is forsaking. It is always present there. When we were in one sensed being, at that point of time also it was present. When we are here, it is also present. And when we'll go to the Siddhalaya, there also it will present. Never a soul forsake its inherent attributes such as consciousness, and similarly matter also does not abandon its qualities like form possessing nature, okay, and inertness, jadatva. Matter is always jad, inert, and it is always form possessing nature, okay. Eyes can see the matter substance, right? Matter substance can be seen by the eyes. So these are the two qualities of each substance. Soul's quality is consciousness and matter's quality is uh, form possessing nature and inertness. They never leave it. Those who do not comprehend the ultimate reality, that is real point of view, consider that state of misapprehension. Misapprehension means adhyavasan, etc. You have to use the you have to insert etc. Consider the state of misapprehension. Misapprehensions means kind of misbelief, okay, misbelief, etc., arising from the association as the soul, okay. So soul and this were different, okay, but they consider as soul. That is called misapprehension. If you have correct apprehension, you will always say that soul is different and this matter substance is different. But when you have misapprehension, then you say that soul is this one, it belongs to soul, soul is the doer of those things. All this is wrong belief, okay. However, the true nature of the soul, distinct from matter, is evident to the omniscient. The ignorant one believes like that, but the omniscient knows that two things are different. The legacy of the omniscient is known through the scriptures, agamas. Those who are of the opinion that omniscient do not exist, according to their intelligence, engage in various speculations. Engage in various speculations and say that misapprehension, adhyavasan, itself is the soul. So there will be 8 points, okay. 8 points, okay, out of which you just marking the first point. Engage in various speculations. Who is engaging in various speculation? That ones who believes that omniscient do not exist, okay. According to them, they just visualize various speculations and say, first point, that misapprehension, okay, misapprehension, you cut down all these things, determinate, cognition or thought condition, okay. Here also it is adhyavasan, and on the top where it was written misapprehension, that is also adhyavasan. So misapprehension is a better word, okay. So misapprehension, etc., that means 8 points, okay, 8 points. So this is the first one, that misapprehension, adhyavasan, itself is the soul. This is the first false belief. Second, karma is the soul. Are you marking? Karma is the soul. Third, quasi karma is the soul. So what is quasi karma? Anyone can try? What is quasi karma? Subha.
No Kashai ji.
No Kashai, but what consists of no Kashai? Our body is no Kashai. Our associations are no Kashai.
That is anger, love. I don't remember exactly, ji.
Yeah, no karma means
9 karmas, quasi karmas.
no. Yeah, 9 quasi karmas. It is called no karma. So that is called body and the associations.
Yeah.
Okay. No kashai is different and no karma is different. No kashai means 9 type of passions. Okay. But no karma doesn't mean 9 karma. No karma means body and the association. So my car is no karma for me, but not Rajeshri's car. Okay. So whatever is my association is my no karma. So this no karma starts with body. This body is mine. So this is no karma. Okay. So second one was karma is the soul. Third is quasi karma is the soul. All these are wrong beliefs. 8 wrong beliefs. Fourth one, cut down the determinate cognition. Write down misapprehension. Misapprehension due to the varying degrees of intensity of karmic fruition is the soul. So this is the fourth point. Then fifth point is missing. You write down, put a arrow over there and write down, side or in the top also you can write, rise of karma is soul. First of all, second one was karma is the soul. And now Uday, rise of karma is the soul. Okay. Fifth one. Sixth one, the fruition of karma is the soul. Seventh one, the soul and karma are united. Eighth one, that soul is united with karma due to mutual association. Due to mutual association. So 8 points you have noted down.
Sir, can you repeat the 8 points again, sir? Because it's a bit confusing. There's just one.
Everything is
just
written.
three
Only the
words.
fifth point was missing. Everything is there.
Okay.
Again, I'm repeating. See, first point. That misapprehension itself is the soul. You cut down all the words determinate, cognition, or thought condition. You cut down all things, right? Misapprehension itself is the soul. Second.
Which point, G?
8 points. 8 points. Various speculations.
Eighth point. You are starting from the first one.
I am starting from the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That misapprehension itself is the soul. Number 1. Number 2. Karma is the soul. Number 3. Quasi karma is the soul. Number 4. Misapprehension due to the varying degrees of intensity of karmic fruition is the soul. Fifth point, rise of karma is the soul. Sixth point, the fruition of karma is the soul. Seventh point, the soul and karma are united. Number 8, that soul is united with karma due to mutual association. Okay. All these claims are unfounded because the 8 types of karmas are the cause of suffering and are made of matter. Okay. So you were saying that soul is karma is soul, quasi karma is soul. All these claims are unfounded. These are all false statements because the 8 types of karmas are the cause of suffering and are made of matter. Okay. Furthermore, the state of uncertainty of soul and other disposition being material in origin also have the nature of matter and thus cannot be soul. Okay. The state of uncertainty of soul and other disposition being material in origin. Why it is called material, you know? Because they only arise when there is an external inclination. जब हम पर का आश्रय करते हैं ना, तभी ये उत्पन्न होते हैं. स्वभाव के आश्रय से उत्पन्न नहीं होते. When you take shelter in the soul, this does not arise because these are not the inherent nature of the soul. These are alien disposition. They have arisen because we are externally inclined. Okay. Being material in origin, also have the nature of matter and thus cannot be soul. Scriptures refer to this disposition as belonging to the soul only conventionally. Okay? Scriptures refer to this disposition as belonging to the soul only conventionally, not absolutely, not really, not from the real point of view. Nischay, bracket mein likha hai nischay. Okay? From the absolute viewpoint, the soul does not possess number 1 touch, taste, number 2, number 3 smell, number 4 color, number 5 form, roop means form. You can write down. Fifth is missing. Soul does not possess touch, taste, smell, color, and form. Form means roop. Okay. It does not have a body. Soul does not have a body. Bodily shape. Okay. Seventh. Bodily shape is seventh. So now we are going to say 29. 29 things which belongs to the matter. Okay. And the ignorant being consider it as soul. Okay. So we are starting this 29 points. First one was here.
Taste.
Touch, taste, smell, color. 4. Fifth missing, form. Form, form. Sixth, it does not have a body. Okay. Seventh, bodily shape. Eighth, skeletal structure. These are all matter substances. Number 9, it is devoid of attachment. 10, aversion, delusion. 11, it is not reason for karma bondage. Pratyaya. It is not reason for karma bondage. It is not reason for karma bondage. 12, pratyaya. 13, karmic matter or quasi karma. Karmic matter 13, quasi karma 14. 15, it is free from group of same atomic potency of karma called varga. In Hindi we call it as varga. Then 16, group of many similar vargana. Okay. So a unit of karma is called varga. Then collection of those varga is called vargana. 17, or aggregate of many similar or dissimilar vargana, spardak. Okay. 17 is spardak. 18, the soul is not spiritual stages, adhyatam sthan. Okay. 19, intensity of karmic fruition, anubhag sthan. Then 20, vibrational activity of mind, body and speech, yog sthan. 21, karmic bondage, bandh sthan. 22, karmic fruition, uday sthan. 23, the soul is not of classifications, margana sthan. Number 24, duration of bondage. 25, state of affliction. 26, milder form of toxic emotions, purity levels, Vishuddhisthan. Number 27, level of self-restraint. Number 28, nor is the soul classification of living beings, Jivsthan. 29, spiritual development stage, Gunasthan. Okay. 29, as all these are outcomes of modification of matter substance. Everything is matter substance and soul is completely different from it. Okay. So in this 29 points, they have covered everything, the whole universe, So apart from my soul, nothing in this universe belongs to me. Okay. And under the influence of delusion, we believe that this is my house, this is my family, this is my wealth, this is my body, this is my activity, right? Like that. So 29. The mentioned qualities, okay? The mentioned qualities, next paragraph, that is 1 to 29, ranging from color, okay? So in Hindi, it is called Varna Adi Gunasthan, okay? So first one is Varna, color, up to spiritual stages of development, Gunasthan. Varnadi, Gunasthanidi, okay? So ranging from 1 to 29 are merely coincidental, associated relationships, okay? So these are things coming in our association. They does not belong to us, okay? With the soul. Therefore, conventionally, these are referred to as belonging to the soul. Therefore, conventionally, you may say that these are of the soul. Just like number 1, my house, my family. Okay. Then number 2, my body, my karma. Then number 3, my toxic emotions. So that way, conventionally, you can say. But in reality, it does not belong to the soul. Okay. Therefore, conventionally, these are referred to as the belonging to the soul. However, in reality, they are not inherently present in the soul because all of them lack the essential quality of active consciousness, whereas the soul is characterized by cognition as its intrinsic nature. Okay. Cognition means knowledge. Okay. So all these 29 things, they lack the quality of active consciousness because active consciousness is available only on the soul, and all these are matter, belongs to the matter. Okay. So they don't have this active consciousness where the soul is characterized by this cognition as its intrinsic nature. Okay. So again, descriptive knowledge here: soul having conscious, active conscious, and all these 29 things not having active consciousness. Okay. So every time when you want to discriminate between the two, we have to look at the qualities or the characteristics of each. By identifying the characteristics, we can easily say that this does not belong to me. Now the next paragraph. The qualities like color, etc., do not have an inherent relationship. The qualities like color, etc. means how much? How many points? Mute, you are on mute.
29.
29, very good. The qualities like color, etc. do not have an inherent relationship. Inherent relationship means tadatmya sambandh. Okay. With the soul, because they are matter substance. Soul is active consciousness, right? So because there exist only in worldly souls, all these 29 points exist only in world souls, not in liberated souls. Okay. Liberated souls has got liberated from all these bondages. Okay. If such an inherent relationship were accepted, the distinction between the soul and non-soul would be lost. And in such a scenario, the worldly soul itself would become corporeal. Corporeal means the one who has got touch, taste, smell, sense, like that. Okay. Corporeal means rupitva. Okay. That you can see through eyes. That is called corporeal. Okay. The worldly soul itself would become corporeal. Since corporeality is a characteristics of matter, therefore, matter substance would be called soul. Consequently, liberation would also belong to matter, not the soul. And upon attaining liberation, matter would be considered as living consciousness. Thus, there is no inherent relationship between the qualities like colors, etc., and the soul. The soul is tasteless, formless, arupa, orderless, agandha, unmanifested,
Abhyakta.
avyakta, indeterminate form, अनिर्दिष्ट संस्थान, soundless, asabda, beyond inferential knowledge, alinga grahan, and with consciousness. So this is verse number 49, very important verse. This verse appears in all the 5 Parmagams of Kunkunda Acharya Dev. Same to same verse, only numbers are different. In Samaysar it is 49, in Pravachansar it is 172. Okay. Then in Niyamsar it is I think 46. Then in Panchastikai and again in Ashtpaud. Everywhere the same verse is appearing in 5 places, and that means the soul is tasteless, formless, orderless, unmanifested, in indeterminate form, soundless, beyond inferential knowledge, and with consciousness. So 8 qualities are negative, not this, not this, not this, and 1 positive, and that is with consciousness. Chetna Mai, with consciousness. Okay. Thus we see that the fundamental focus of this section is to establish the non-living nature of the impure disposition that arise from the soul itself. Now, the next section coming up, Karta Karma Adhikar, section on...
One doubt, please see. In when they are saying the characteristics of soul, they are given indeterminate form. What does it mean by that, Minji? So second line from the last.
Indeterminate means anirdish sansthan. So the form is not fixed. If the soul enters ant, the body will contract, the soul will contract. And when it will enter an elephant, it will expand. So you cannot say that soul has got such and such form. Soul is like elephant, soul is like an ant. No. When it goes into one sense, it becomes absolutely minute. Okay. So it has got not any fixed form. Okay. So that not getting a fixed form is called anirdish sansthan. Okay. Sansthan means body. So it's the shape of the body is not fixed. Whatever body it occupies, it takes that form.
Shape of the body.
Okay. So if it goes to elephant, it expands its space points. If it goes to in an ant, it contracts its space point. But the number of space points is same. The number of attributes is the same. No changes. Okay. We all have similar kind of attributes as Bhagwan Mahavir had. It is not that Bhagwan Mahavir had 2 extra qualities than us. No. We are all equal. No soul is greater or no soul is lesser. All are equal. Section on doer and deed. Okay. Karta Karma Adhikar. So, out of the 9 elements we had discussed, Karta Karma does not belong to that 9 elements. But it has been taken just because the errors that the soul make between the soul and non-soul elements. Okay. So there are 4 kinds of those errors, 4 pillars of delusion: oneness, mindness, doership, enjoyership. So oneness and mindness was discussed in Jiva Adhikar, right? Now we were going to discuss doership and enjoyership. Throughout this whole section, we are going to discuss the non-doership and non-enjoyership of the soul. Soul is of such nature that it does not do anything. Okay. So that is going to be discussed here. In this section, the nature of living and non-living entities is explained primarily from the perspective of karta, doer, and karma, deed or action. Okay. So this section is from verse number 69 to 144. Okay. The misconception of an ignorant soul regarding the relationship between doer and deed are resolved, and the true nature of doer and deed is elucidated. Okay. That means it has been said here. What is the true nature of doer and deed? So one thing is that you can be a karta which belongs to you. You cannot do anything in the other substance. Right. So karta and karma relationship exist within one substance. Right. Doer and deed relationship exist in one substance. Like example, From the mud, you have made an earthen pot. Okay. So, the mud is the karta, and what is the deed? Deed is the pot, earthen pot. Okay. So, doer and deed always exist within one substance. It will never happen that one substance is doer and the other substance is deed. No, that will never happen. Doer and deed are always existing in one substance. Okay. As long as the Jeev does not understand the distinction between the soul and influx of karma. Influx of karma means asrav. Okay. Influx element. It continues to engage in the influx of karma. Okay. So long you don't understand the distinction between two. What two parties are there? One party is soul and other party is influx. So these two are two different elements. Out of 7 elements, why it is 7? Because 7 are different. Okay. One does not mix with another. Each has got its independent existence. Okay. So as long as the Jeev does not understand the distinction between the soul and influx of karma, it continues to engage in the influx of karma through passions and as anger, such as anger, etc. This engagement is the root cause of karmic bondage. This engagement is the root cause of karmic bondage. However, when the Jeev realizes the difference between the soul and influx, it no longer has karmic bondage. Okay. However, when the Jeev realizes the difference between the soul and the influx, it no longer has karmic bondage. Thus, mere knowledge itself becomes the means to stop bondage. When the Jeev perceives influx as impure, ashuchi, impure, not eternal, adhruv, impermanent, anitya, without shelter, asharan, contrary to its nature, स्वभाव से विपरीत, दुखरूप, full of suffering, and the cause of suffering, dukkha karan. See, how many parameters? The main subject here is distinction between two. One party is soul, other party is influx. Okay. Now the acharyas is showing us how to discriminate between the two. So what acharya tries to make us understand, when you understand these two distinctions, then there is no karmic bondage. But when you consider this as one, then there is a karmic bondage. Okay. So now how you will differentiate between the two? So here it is given. Therefore, mere knowledge itself becomes the mere knowledge itself becomes the means to stop bondage. If you want to stop bondage, you understand the difference between the two. When the jiva perceives influx as impure. Influx is how? Impure. Against that, how is the soul? Pure. Okay, you keep on writing. In the next paragraph, all the adjectives for the soul are given, but we will do it simultaneously. Okay. When the jiva perceives influx as impure, soul as pure. Influx not eternal, soul eternal. Influx impermanent, soul permanent. Influx without shelter, soul is with shelter. Influx contrary to its nature, soul not contrary to its nature. Influx full of suffering, soul full of happiness. Influx cause of suffering, soul cause of happiness. Okay. Only then does it withdraw from them. So when you know the difference between the two, when you know that if you touch the fire, you will get burned. So then you touch fire. No, right? Similarly here, you have to understand the difference. Okay. I am in reality singular, one, pure, devoid of attachment, and complete with knowledge and perception. And by remaining absorbed in that true nature, will destroy all influx of anger and other passions. The soul that neither is the doer of the deeds of karma nor those of quasi karma, but merely knows them, is enlightened. The initial introduction to this verse was, how do you recognize an enlightened one? So the Acharya gave this answer: the soul that neither is the doer of the deeds of karma, so soul is not the doer of karma and not of kasi karma. Okay, कर्म नो कर्म को जो नहीं करता है but merely knows them is enlightened, and one who becomes a doer is an ignorant, right? Therefore, an enlightened one, knowing the various forms of material karma, their infinite outcomes, and the various types of its own transformations, in reality does not transform itself in the modification of non-self substance, does not accept in, does not arise in that form. Similarly, material substance as per its disposition undergoes its own modification but does not transform itself in the modification of another substance, does not acquire the other, and does not manifest as the other. Thus, it is evident that one substance does not transform into another substance. Then 82. Next paragraph. This is the last paragraph for today. There is no dual deed, karta karma relationship between the soul and the matter, because two different substance. So karta karma can be established in one substance only. It cannot be established between two. Okay. Conventionally, we can say that potter made the pot. Okay. But that's a conventional statement. In reality, mud has transformed into pot.
Yeah.
Okay. So karta karma is always in one substance, never in two substance. When it is said in two substance, then you have to understand it is a conventional statement. No problem. कुंभार ने घड़ा बनाया, conventional statement. मिट्टी से घड़ा बना, real statement. So there is no dual deed relationship between the soul and matter. Instead, there is the law of synchronicity, nimit nemitik. Okay, both transform as they are instrumental cause for each other. Matter substance transforms into karmic forms with the soul's states as instrumental cause, and the soul undergoes transformation into states such as attachments and aversions, etc., with material karma as instrumental cause. Okay, so karma and the soul acts as an instrumental cause to each other. Okay, when there is a rise of karma, there is a corresponding disposition happening in the modification of the soul. So soul is responsible for that and not the karma. And whatever has happened in the karma, karma is responsible, not the soul. Only there exists a nimit nemitik sambandh, instrumental cause and effect relationship. Okay. Synchronicity. Okay. Synchronicity. However, due to reciprocal instrumental cause, the transformations of both occur. Thus, it is evident that from real viewpoint, The soul is not the doer of the deed of all material karma. It is only the doer and experiencer of its own disposition. From conventional viewpoint, the soul is the doer and experience of various types of material karma. Okay. So conventional viewpoint, we can say soul is the doer and experience of material karma. But from the real point of view, soul is the doer and experience of its own dispositions. Okay. So this is the science of discrimination. Acharya has put emphasis everywhere to discriminate between the two. One is soul and other could be influx, other could be toxic emotions, other could be passions, other could be associations, other could be karmas. Okay, all kinds of Ved Vigyan Acharyas is showing us the two different entities. They are two different entities, and you also realize that these are two different entities. Okay, then you will be able to practice discriminative knowledge. So we'll start from here only. If the jiva is considered to be the doer, okay, from there we will start tomorrow. Yeah, any questions for today?
No, Jay.
No. You read one or two times.
Voluminous, Jay, right?
Pardon?
It is voluminous. Lot of things are there.
Because this is a summary, no?
Yeah.
So now the next paper, we will reach each words separately.
Oh.
Then you will understand better. This is just a summary. And on the, apart from above the summary, expressing in English, it's becoming a bit difficult, you know. So when you make slides on your own, then you are able to explain better. But if you refer any scriptures, then it becomes very difficult to explain. And it's also difficult for you to understand. But if you simultaneously take the Hindi book, you read English and then Hindi, and then English and Hindi. If this way you read, no, then you will understand perfectly.
Yeah.
Just because I know Hindi very good, so for me, I am understanding the English meanings also. But for you, if you are not aware of the Hindi meanings, then it will become difficult. Also in Tamil also this is there.
Yes, Jay, it's there.
It's there, no?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can refer the Tamil one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you will understand better. See, language is one part we want to understand. And why we want to understand? Because we want to manifest happiness all the time. We don't want to fall into that what you call loop of sorrow, loop of miseries. We don't want that, right? We will find everywhere a way to practice discriminative knowledge and be happy in all the time. Okay. That is why we are learning this.
Yeah.
And if that purpose is not solved, then there is no point in learning. Okay. So we are learning with a purpose. That purpose should always be in our mind. And if you have the purpose in your mind, then of course you will understand this better. Okay. But for the understanding, for the sake of understanding, that will not be sufficient. Okay. So just refer the Hindi also simultaneously. थोड़ा मेहनत कीजिए तो समझ में आ जाएगा. बट आप बोलेंगे कि क्लास टू क्लास, तब नहीं चलेगा. यू हैव टू, अभी थोड़ा वी आर इन द 7th सेम, नेक्स्ट ईयर द कोर्स विल एंड, यू नो, एंड देन यू विल रिग्रेट दैट अभी कुछ पढ़ने का नहीं रहा, राइट? सो बेटर वर्क हार्ड राइट नाउ, देन यू विल अंडरस्टैंड बेटर. ओके. ओके. निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है. बोलो दात सांगमयी जिनवाणी माता की जय। जय जिनेन्द्र।
जय जिनेन्द्र सर।
Thank you.